Greetings, one and all. My name is Lancer, and welcome to a new reaction series. Well, technically not new. It's one that we're going back and playing catch up with. One that I did the second season for as it came out week to week, but in lieu of its third season coming out, I decided let's go back to the first season. So that way, once the third season comes out, you can have like a full series to go through, even though obviously this will not be the first time that I am watching this show. We can still have some fun discussions about it. If you want to see more first-time reactions, watch my season 2 ones. Well, we're gonna be watching Oshi No Ko season 1. I really love this show. My love for it really spurned when the first season came out and was carried on into season 2. And while I didn't even know that the third season was coming out so soon, it's coming out in January. So as I'm also doing with Hell's Paradise, as you see, I'm rewatching the first season. So that way when the next season comes out, here we go. I know that this first episode obviously is a longer one. It's about a fucking movie. It's an hour 20. For the sake of it though, it will be split up, I think 2-2. We'll probably do it like that. That way we can have a clean 12 episode season to go through technically. But despite all that, let's get right into the episode. It has been a long time. It's all a matter of perspective. It's gonna be so weird to hear her voice again. I mean, we hear it a bit in season 2. What do you have to do those before? The supremely pretty 16-year-old. Just jib this guy's DVD player. True. Truer words have never been spoken. I like to... Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna say what I was about to say. It's like, I like to observe pretty women all the time. Let's just move past that. I forget that in this they use like actual, you know, like Twitter, except that said Zahoo Mail. God, this show was interesting when it came out because it was such a commentary and everything like on the performance scene and just like social media and all that. Watching it again now, like, it's one that only continues to age. I would say poorly, but it predicted a lot of things. Doesn't this nurse come back later? We all have our fanaticisms. It's weird hearing his voice again as well. I get people, not to judge, I mean, kind of am, but whatever. I get people like that exist that are so obsessed with either an idol, an actor. Like, it's not just in Japan, I know that too, you know? It's no exception over here. There's people that are woefully obsessed with actors and performers and all this stuff. Who have like, you know, posters or like their phone screen is them. And these people who will never know you. I don't know, like ever since I was young, like I've never had like an actor or like a celebrity crush or any of that because I'm just like of the mind, just different worlds, man. Like I have actors where I appreciate their work and I like seeing them and stuff, and I would very much like to meet them someday, but I'm fine just having my stuff be fiction, entire works of art rather than just a single person, because it's an unhealthy pedestal. Well, never once, but well, they do get that. They get the celebrity being born to a celebrity, but I do appreciate this show because it's like, it is that sort of where it's like, oh, getting connections and looks and all that right away, but they still start at like kind of the bottom, I feel, just because they're eyes kids, but no one knows who they are because you can't have that be known, as obviously we'll get into. But obviously, as we, you know, get into over the course of these seasons, it's not exactly that easy. Well, that's still no. I get it, age of consent, whatever, but that's why, like, I know things about the future of this series, but I don't know things. I know some things, I don't know all the things. I'm very curious to see when that reveal happens to both of them. Jeez. The fact that she's been dead for 4 years. It's a heartwarming story.
サリナちゃんにかこつけて自分の欲望を解放してるだけなんじゃ。
バカ言え。
その愛って子が付き合ってって言ってきたら付き合うんでしょ。
さて昼休みも終わりだ。
Ponder that little nugget in silence then. Okay, I don't know why I never gathered that. I mean, to be fair, it's kind of a throwaway thing, but Sarina, who ends up being Ruby, she's been dead for 4 years already, assuming I read that correctly. If she were still alive today, she'd be 16, yeah. She's been dead for 4 years, so it's just like, then now she's reincarnated?
星野さんは初めてですね。
はい。
お腹の具合は20週、年齢は16歳。なるほど、訳あり。あなたは親御さん？
まあ、書類上は施設育ちなもので。
On paper,
後見人というか。
her manager more than anything.
どっかで聞いたような話だな。
In this far-off hospital, fates collide.
ものすごい別という可能性は。
だとしたら死んでますね。
Gotta go faint real quick. Just ignoring the fact she's pregnant. Explains the hiatus. You're asking this so late in? It's a secret, because otherwise this show would have no plot. Secret she takes to the grave. This show, man, is so wild. I'm really looking forward to getting, like, the truth of the father and how he met I, assuming we get it. 'Cause, I mean, season 2 isn't until you really see him. Especially when it's revealed just like, dude was a lot younger than you think.
検査の結果、20週。
Twins.
本気で産む気なのか。16歳で妊娠出産なんてうちの事務所も終わりだぞ。
You can't snuff out those eyes. Would it technically be suicide if he aborted them? Because this is the weird part. He's technically alive. Like, how does that conscience work? Well, I mean, I guess, like, there's the thing of just, like, he died right when they were born. But we'll talk about that in a second.
ミュウ好きだったのに。
またタイム。
今死ねばワンチャンアイドルの子として生まれ変われる。
My lord. I mean, reincarnation is an interesting thing, because I have my own views and whatnot on life after death and whatnot. I mean, I don't feel like anybody knows what truly happens after death. There are many different ways to cope with it. Answer: religion, just to give you some calm and comfort in your final moments. It's impossible for humans to know exactly what will happen. I mean, until we ever potentially get to that point scientifically, I don't think it's impossible that a form of this is sort of possible. This kind of reincarnation where it's just when you die, someone else is born kind of thing. Kind of like the avatars. The previous one dies as the new one is born, which, you know, is so fascinating for me just because, like, I have an obsession with just, like, why am I conscious of myself? Why am I able to feel and see the world through my own eyes and experience these things? Does everyone else feel the same way? And when that is gone, you know, is it just lights out forever? Food for thought.
僕は君を応援し続ける。より高みに羽ばたいていく姿を見ることはできなくなるんだろう。
Little do you know what you'll be able to see. I like seeing the progression of the phones from, like, flip phones to...
社長の勧めでここ選んだんだけど、いいところ。夕暮れでも星がすごくよく見える。
My star, Oshi No Ko.
こうはいかないな。
東京だと人目につくから。
私仕事のこと言ったっけ？
君のファンがいたんだよ。
Our little secret.
じゃあ、やっぱ溢れ出るオーラ隠せないね。困った困った。私、家族っていないから。
Well, you will soon.
きっと賑やかで楽しい家族になるよね。
つまり、それは。
そう、公表しない。
You'll have to be killed. Sorry.
輝く生き物、とびきりの愛なんだよ。子供の一人や二人隠し通してこそ一流のアイドル。
I guess,
辛い
but
ことがあってもステージの上で幸せそうに歌う楽しいお仕事。幸せってところだけは本当でいたいよね。母親としての幸せとアイドルとしての幸せ、どっちも欲しい。星の愛は欲張りなんだ。
思っていたよりずっとずぶとく。
Those are definitely words for it. I would think crazy.
僕が産ませる。安全に元気な子供を。
Promises and lies.
君はどうしようもないほどアイドルで、僕はどうしようもないほど君のファンだ。
Ai is an interesting character. It's funny, like, revisiting this first season, because, I mean, season 2 has those moments where we kind of, like, flash back to her. I mean, obviously, this is the bulk that we get of her while she's, you know, still alive. But it's because, like, she has a darkness in her. I know that was kind of painted as, like, a sweet scene, but, like, I was trying to, like, read a lot of, like, in between the lines there. And just like, oh, yeah, lying, that's, you know, a good form of love and all that. I mean, based on the agency and everything that she was raised in, it's like, yeah, she was a sponge. She just absorbed all that. And it's like, well, I don't know if these are great lessons to pass on to your kids, especially considering how they end up. Which again, it's going to be fascinating to watch season 3 because, as I talked about at the end of that, it's like Aqua and Ruby swap places in terms of their characters. There is some stuff we delve into in this season, though. I'm pretty sure this episode, where we don't really know her whole story. Don't know her parents, don't know any of that stuff. Still don't really know the full story of the father. C-section.
君の体型だと骨盤の開きが足りないことが多いんだ。
他の方法は
無痛分娩。
なんでもいいよ。私一生元気だし、自然分娩でいけるよ。だって私の子だよ。
Willing to go through that pain.
この時のためだったのかもしれない。より安全に確実に産ませてやる。正直言えば。
I mean, that's always the thing with like deliveries and whatnot. I mean, obviously it depends on the situation, but like in regular case where you don't have to do a C-section, do you do a natural birth or do you do, I forget the drug, epidural. That's the term. I mean, I've observed a few cases where just like, oh, I'll do it natural, but then it's different when it's, you know, the day. And you start feeling everything. I mean, obviously, can never speak on that as a man. And respectfully, I don't ever want to speak on that because it's not a thing as men we will ever experience. But just like based on the experiences and stories that I've heard, you know, from many women who have given birth, it comes down to your tolerance for pain. I mean, I respect either choice, whether you do it naturally or you take an epidural. Because I know it's still like a thing that people conspiracy that's just like, oh, if you take an epidural, it's gonna like mess up your kid or whatever. It's almost like genetics are a coin flip a lot of the time. That's a quote. Lies are love, I guess. Well, kids are coming one way or another. I wonder who did end up delivering them, the doctor. Isn't this... Or, never mind. Speaking of the beginning of the end... The last thing you hear in this life is Ai's song. It's a rough one. I only thought about it till, you know, this moment. I wonder if it's a combination of him thinking about her as well. Yeah, that was basically the prologue. Well, this whole episode is sort of the prologue. I mean, that's a good title card drop, but part of me is almost like kind of would have preferred if it was pretty much the end of the episode that it drops. It's like, well, now the story actually starts. Reincarnated as an idol's child. I mean, it's interesting seeing this again knowing where in season 2 his body's never found, and it's never found until Ruby and Akane find it. He was fairly young too, right? He was only in like his 20s. Aquamarine. It's funny that they're both named after like gemstones, like Aquamarine and Ruby. The worst part is being conscious of it. This is the parts you can enjoy. People talk about this all the time, just being reincarnated, but being conscious of your previous life. People always talk about like, oh, I would get so much more done. I'd be a prodigy and all this stuff. Like, yeah, sure, whatever. I won't lie and be like, I haven't had the thought of like, you know what, maybe a do-over would be fine. But also like, you'd have to be conscious for all those baby years. I mean, this deals with it in a funny way in which just like they're able to fully talk. Damn, baby. Psychologically damaging.
そっちはルビーだろ。
Getting them mixed up.
人の顔と名前覚えるの苦手なんだから仕方
They're
ないで
your
しょ
kids. That is a thing though, because if you have identical twins, I mean, this is easier because, well, I mean, the anime thing, they have two different eyes, so you can tell. Also, one's a boy, one's a girl. But if you have identical twins, be that twin girls, twin boys, I feel like the hardest part is not getting them mixed up when they're babies, you know? A mother will always know, which sure. But like, I feel like that has to have happened. Like some sort of paradoxical thing where it's like, at birth, it's, you know, this one's this one and this one's this one. But then like, over the course of like days passing, they get swapped up or whatever. It opens up an idea just like, well, we both have our names, but is it possible that one of us is the other actually? But like, it doesn't change anything. It's just kind of a funny idea. What if my name was actually meant to be your name?
アイドル愛は本日復帰となる。復帰第一弾は今夜の歌番組。生放送だけどいけるよな。子供の面倒は妻が見る。
Oh yeah, her. She comes around. I like how her character ends up.
現場連れてっちゃダメ？
ダメに決まってんだろ。
Yes, it is an absolute problem.
アイドル生命即終了。監督責任問われて全員まとめて地獄行きだ。
Well, your agency will end up in hell one way or another.
俺たちの子供を預かっているという設定で出ること。
Ignore the fact that they look identical to her.
相当ダメな部類になるだろう。社長たちのフォローは手厚いし、案外なんとかなるかもしれない。
と
You know, with how much shit Mashoka Tensei got for basically doing kind of the same thing, I didn't hear nothing with this, which to be fair, Aqua and Rudy are very different.
社長におっぱいさらすところだったよ。
だなんて経験ないのに。
Well, thankfully, you don't have to worry about these two.
本日活動再開となった挨拶
Again, I feel like that would be hell. I feel like that's a hell that people don't realize. It's just if you were reborn into a baby's body, but with the faculties and memories of your previous adult life. Well, one, I don't think it would work like that where like you would just start walking because like your muscles haven't fully developed to that point yet. Also, them being able to perfectly talk wouldn't work either, I don't think. So, like your vocal cords and stuff aren't developed either. If you're reborn into that, like you'd want to walk, wouldn't walk properly, you'd fall over. I don't think people realize the hell that would be if that did happen to you. Basically, a prisoner in your body.
この間うちの子がじゃなくてうちの子猫がね
Well, now we have to get a cat.
D 小町のこと知ってるの？
知らね。興味もね。
こういう運が売れるんだけどな。
ですね。
量産型アイドル
The voices you never hear, but they're there. Honestly, this show and then the movie Perfect Blue are good ones to watch back to back if you're looking for this kind of story. Although Perfect Blue is a little more on the horror side.
いいものを作るふりして見てるのは数値だけ。マジモンの嘘つきだぞ。
Uh-huh. Prepare to be proven wrong.
のアイドル最後はピン
It's fun hearing this song. Taikoya B. Music in this show is killer.
でもわかるな。狂わずにいられない。
Eh.
火に群がる蛾みたいに吸い寄せられて、羽が焼け落ちると気がついてもなお止まれない。こうして愛を近くで見守れるのが嬉しい。僕を殺してくれたやつに感謝したいの。
You know what? Thank you for killing me.
普通の子供を産ませてあげたかったんだけど、超常現象には勝てない。楽しくやらせてもらう。
Uh-huh. Kind of a little twisted in that way. Makes you wonder just if there's a way for like their old personalities and him to be split.
どうして起こしてくれなかったの？カンの時の表現力マジやばない。危機迫りすぎてむしろ鬼。カナのに失禁しそう。
Just what are you speaking?
体無駄に眠いんだからお互いに協力し合おうよ。
俺は何度か起こしたぞ。このアホも俺と同じく誰かの
Well, it doesn't help that in her previous life she was not that old, so a bit of an experience gap.
トーマスの質で格の違い明らかでしょ。運営にひいきされるのはもはや必然なんだけど。ババアだろ。鏡見てからもう必ずこと言ってみろ。ベ
Whose phone are you tweeting that from?
もしかして俺と同じか？
ース。赤子が喋った。金も
お前もだろ。普通の子供を産ませてあげたかった。こんなおかしい双子じゃなくて。
Bizarre. Oh yes, back when he had to record everything on TV. Just screen recorded, bigot.
マクアは哺乳瓶が好きだね。
No titties. More for me. I like how their rivalry just dies as their babies.
お前ちょっとは遠慮しろよな。
なんで？あのおっぱい吸うのは自然の摂理なんですけど。 与えられた当然の権利なんですけど。
A god-gifted gift.
よかった合法的におっぱい味わえる女に生まれて。まさか自分の子供が自分のオタとかマジキモいもん。
Pot meat kettle.
ママに尽くせるのは幸福以外の何者でもないでしょ。頭おかしいん
You
じゃ
should
ない？
be glad to be in her presence. Do you even deserve to breathe?
っていうかこれって不祥事の隠蔽よね。もう全部どうでもいい。やったるか。
どうする？
Do we care? You know, Aqua later down the line would probably consider it.
むしろこれはチャンスだ。俺に考えがある。
Figured just take a picture of the kids as well.
哀れな娘よ。貴様の心の渇きはシャンパンでは言えぬ。
Oh my lord.
我は
The fact that she just doesn't bring this up ever again.
嘘だ。貴様の常識だと赤子は喋るのか？信じよう。
The divine. Well, in a way, they kind of are possessed by the divine.
テーブルの上に乗っちゃ危ない。
慎め。我はアマテラスの化身。
Amaterasu.
貴様は目先の金に踊らされ、天命を投げ出そう
Do
と。
thy dare to peer into hell.
星の愛は芸能の神に選ばれた娘。そしてその子らもまた。
I mean, this is true, other than the eye being the chosen one, because she's dead. Well, will be.
体的には
死ぬ。
そう死ぬ。
Yes, you'll die. Imagine these babies trying to kill her.
母と我々の秘密を守ることじゃ。そしてこの子らを可愛がり。
Don't they play it off as just like, this is a dream, you'll wake up.
イケメン俳優との再婚も夢ではない。
Eh,
何でも言うこと聞きます。靴の中
forget your current marriage, your second marriage.
でよい。
イケメンと最高。
Changed her tone so fast.
なかなか迫真の演技だったな。どこかで演劇やってたのか？
Almost like your natural born talents.
ちょっと変わったとこで育ったから。
Which is interesting because he's becoming the actor now. They go down their paths. He's the actor, she's the idol.
ついて語る時の熱量は君にそっくりな子だよ。
Yeah, almost can put two and two together, but
悪い、起こしたか。別に呼んでね。
how do you know this name?
そんなわけないか。
There's no way, because that would imply that he's dead too. I am curious if Ruby's gonna put that together going into the third season, because, I mean, there's been plenty of instances, as we'll get into in the first season, where it's just kind of like, he lets a little bit of that slip, and she just kind of brushes it off. Plus, now that she knows, well, eventually we'll know that's like, oh, he's dead, then will it all be put together?
遂げているわけではなかった。
うちの事務所給料渋いよ。こないだ出したシングルオリコン3位だったよね。
製造から流通までやってる大手と違って、うちはただの弱小ゲープロ。
So what happens? There was a lot of money, but you know,
僕お金だって気づいたの。
I mean, you're like 17, 18 now, right? Better late than never to make that realization.
習い事させたり、いろんな選択肢を上げるにはもっとバシバシ稼がなきゃダメなんだよね。
Yeah, you have to be present in their lives, but you know.
CM とか映画の仕事来ないかな。
いや、まずその高いアイスをやめなさい。
いい子にお留守番しててね。
Oh wait, we're just gonna gloss over the fact that they responded?
歌唱印税もテレビ出演料もメンバーと山分け、そして衣装代は天引き。月100万はマジで一握り。
何それ。
Since she's just like, not even.
周りで肝臓を愛にそれを
核戦争で文明が滅びた後の宗教観やめろ。
Man, it's not wrong.
レッスンにボイトレ。夜も
She puts her heart into it, but both hard work and talent reach the same wall, which is capitalism.
どうしてうちの愛に仕事が来ない？
Just
そんなこと言われても。
so casually talk to them now.
結局セット売りでやっと仕事が取れる現状で単体で勝負ってなるとやっぱ壁は厚いですよ。仕事がしたくてアイドル卒業したものの一人じゃ仕事が取れず六本木の高級飲食店でバイトしてたり。
Yeah. I mean, it's not just that with idols as well. I mean, it happens all over with like bands and whatnot, where it's like they had their time. Not everybody can be a Queen, Led Zeppelin, Journey, where it's just, you know, they stick together forever. Or even if they like split up, their stardom is enough to just keep them out there. Same with actors. You know, you hear many of those stories where it's just those actors, they were in such a tough spot, but then they got that one role.
芸能界ってのは
Iconic fucking shot.
B 小町の誰かじゃなくて愛にお願いしたい仕事のことだから、アイドルとして優等生なだけじゃダメなのよ。
愛ちゃんなんか元気なくない？違うんです。お昼ご飯食べ損ねてて、お腹めっちゃ減ってて。
Bit of that postpartum depression.
エゴさしよ。
Eco surfing.
痛いとこつくな。
It's always the worst ones that you see when you don't want to see it. I mean, not that I'm even nearly on the same level, but you know, getting more and more comments on stuff and getting more mixtures of the fun comments, as I like to call them, more so than the bad comments and stuff like that. I always play around with them. If it ever gets to that point where it's just, you don't even look at it. I mean, really, it does just get to that point though, where it's like, you don't even look at it. If you're trying to ego surf, then that's kind of on you. If you want to look for that, go to the Oshi No subreddit or something. Though, what year is this?
抽選でしか当たらないやつ。ちゃんと見るの初めて。
Yeah, that's a thing.
押さないかけない喋らない。おしゃぶりつけておとなしくしててくださいね。目立つことだけは絶対ダメだからな。
And what do they do?
ママが落ち込んでるところ。これでも私はママが心配できてるの。
Man, it's interesting to think that this is the first time they ever see her perform. If they were actual babies, they would start crying because it's so fucking loud.
そんなこと言われたってな。私プロだし、人間っぽくないのを求めてるのはそっちじゃん。
Yeah, I mean, that's the point.
目の挟め方、口角、全部出さん。
I mean, that's the thing. It's just like with actors and performers like this, it's like people will complain just like, oh, they feel just like so inhuman. It's like, yeah, that's the point. And you like it because it doesn't feel right. That's the whole point of like performative art. It's not something that just happens in real life. You're not always like that. I understand though the thing of like, oh, it feels like so overproduced or whatever, which is where you get into the whole auto-tune and that kind of stuff. But if it's a case like this where she's a good performer and she has a great voice and she does well, and it's just there's gonna be people who hate just because she's popular.
嘘でできてるし。
There is this though, which is interesting. Jesus. You just had to say something. The new inspiration.
うちの子。
21万リツイート。
Who recorded that?
これはさ。
I mean, this is the boost you wanted. What's this girl's name?
なるほど。これがいいのね。
Well, yeah, genuine smile, huh?
覚えちゃったぞ。
I think that's what will cut off the first part of this, because the second half, oh boy. But you know, brief wrap out. Alright, man. It's interesting rewatching these shows, which is what we've been doing a lot of lately, and it's just looking at some of these characters. Eyes a bit freaky, you know, not like the Gooner freaky. I mean, like, that's why I like this show more than most, especially ones that kind of deal with like performance and stuff like this. Is like, you kind of gotta have that bit of craziness in order to thrive in this business. I mean, it works here because I almost feel like I was kind of just going on a down trail just with her emotions anyway, other than her decline in popularity or whatever. But then now that her kids are here, it's almost like oh, I have something to fight for, something to perform for, something to put on that true smile. It's also funny because like in this show is very similar to a lot of other characters in some other stuff, which I mean, I'll talk more about that at the end of this episode next time. Because like she's the face really of this whole series, but yet she's only here in the very beginning. You know what? We'll talk more about that next time.